What up, though? This your boy, Ambitious, host of You Can't Sit With Us Radio. Shout out to my co-host, Q. As always, you know I like to start the show off with a positive quote. And today's positive quote is, if a opportunity doesn't come knocking, go build a damn door. And that is today's positive quote. And today's brand new episode featuring Brina Kay. And I'm going to let Tani take it away.
This is Tani.
Do you still think of me? Do you still think of me? I still think of you. Can't get over you. Do you still think of me?
And you are listening to You Can't Sit With Us Radio.
Threshold Brace Productions.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of You Can't Sit With Us Radio featuring myself, Ambitious, and Q. What's up, Q?
What's going on, man? How you feeling?
Man, pretty good. So first show back since Atlanta?
Yeah,
How
man.
was Atlanta?
I'm a new man. When it was good, man. I went out. It was a real short trip, but I went to go see Maxwell.
Okay.
Maxwell and Kim. Maxwell was out there wild.
It really does.
Yo, he was belly dancing, and I was like, I don't know. He's not the right, in my opinion, the right gender nor the right age to be doing this. Yeah, like, and he's out there, like, he was putting on. Now, part of it, he was belly dancing, and in part, he was putting on, for like the Latinos and everything. Like he wanted to get in his dance bag. I said, okay, that's fine. But they did that, and the sound system was like horrible there, man. It was like you could barely hear. They had like mad feedback. It was ridiculous. So I was a little upset about that concert, man. But it was cool. It was cool.
Man, my car window, my back car window got shattered. It was like completely shattered.
What? Wait, what did you do?
I ain't do nothing. I was driving. It was like early in the morning, so it's still dark out.
Yeah.
I don't know if like a small rock, because when I finally saw it, it was like a little small spot.
Yeah.
And I think a small rock popped up and hit it. And then, like, of course, it was dark, so I couldn't really see it. So when I woke up when it finally got sunlight, the whole window was just shattered. Like I guess the sun hit it and just shattered. But I mean, the good thing
the sun
is,
shattered your car.
Yeah, it did. Because it was fine. Because it happened before the sun came out.
Somebody tried to break into your car, and like, after they broke the glass, it's like, you know what, never mind.
Nah, but see, it didn't even shatter in the car.
Oh.
It just shattered, stood in place. It just shattered. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Like the whole window. You couldn't even see out of it.
Your car had a self-destruct button on it. Like, that's the only option I can think of.
That's never happened before.
Yeah, bro. You might want to report that. You might want to see if you got a warranty.
Nah, it was a rock though, because it was, like I said, it was a small spot right there.
Oh, dang.
Where it popped up.
You got it fixed?
Yeah.
How long did it take to get it fixed?
Like 45 minutes.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay. They came to you. You had to drive.
Nah, it happened on the Saturday. I got it done Monday. And I drove it out there.
Yeah, yeah, man. I probably would look at who's this guy over here? Did you have like one of those? You ain't had nothing in there, did you? You just ride because it was raining, so I remember.
What, Monday? Nah, it wasn't raining Monday.
Oh, okay.
Well, not when I was driving, it wasn't.
Yeah,
so
I was about to say your backseat soaked.
Then I gotta get it tinted again.
Oh yeah, I'd be sick.
I
just got mine tinted. I got the 5% in the back. I felt
that's what I
super
get.
important.
You should get the illegal one though.
Yeah, that's what I mean in the back. I didn't do it in the front though, because I felt like they was gonna sweat me if I got in the front. And I just passed.
All right, man. So, as always, we keep the dopest guests on the show. Today's like no other. We got Brina Kay on the show, singer out here in Nashville, Tennessee. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
Pretty good. So how's your day going? How your day go?
It's good. The weather right now is beautiful.
Yeah.
80s. I'm so happy.
Yeah. I hope it stays like that.
I missed it. Back home, they got snow today. They sick.
Yeah, they getting
They're sick. They had weather like us, like it was 70s, and like for like the last 2 days, and then they were like, hey, I mean, enjoy it now, but Wednesday, about 4 o'clock, that snow gonna come in.
I'm from Illinois, and I went to school in Nebraska, so I'm very familiar with that cycle.
I'm from Milwaukee, so we're right next door.
Yes.
Yeah, it's insane. They're getting snow today, and everybody is pissed.
Blizzard, yeah.
I've asked around though, and I've heard that usually around here when it stays warm, or gets warm, it stays warm. So I'm hoping it's true.
Yeah, I can't. I'm done with cold. I'm done. I'm gonna give you a light jacket. I'm not putting on a coat anymore.
It just skipped spring though. We're
It
right
did.
into summer.
It did. But that, I mean, I'm cool as long as it doesn't skip fall. When fall comes back around, I'm fine. Like, I mean, I guess I'm not really a huge fan of summer, but I can skip spring a year. That's cool.
Minus the pollen and stuff. So.
Yo, I got mad pollen on my car.
That was rough.
That was ridiculous.
I have allergies, so you can kind of hear that right now.
Sorry, yeah. I just discovered this year that I have allergies. My mom said allergies are really bad, and my family had no idea what I had them at all. But yeah, it's not a good move.
Yeah. All right, so Brina, so let's start off with just telling me how you got started into music. Period.
Okay, well, when I was younger, in kindergarten, I actually learned violin in school. So I was musical before that. I liked to sing. I would sing along to Disney movies and stuff like that. But I think the musical skill kind of came with the violin, and I expanded on it after that point. I've been involved in musical theater, dance, and all kinds of musical endeavors since then. It's been kind of a part of my life and kind of the driving force in my life since I can remember.
Okay. You play any other instruments besides violin?
Not yet. I'm trying to learn guitar. I know some of the basic chords, but one of my goals for this year is to master it and be able to play my own songs when I'm out.
Okay. And how long you been doing music?
I have been writing since high school. It's funny, I never really was that person who knew they wanted to be a songwriter. I always kind of had the dream of being a performer, but I didn't see it as a reality really until it was almost too late. When I was in college and I was a journalism major, looking down the road at the future that I would have if I didn't make the decision to go after what had always been my dream.
So, with the music that you make, do you have any other things that you're getting into other than music right now?
I have a marketing job.
Okay.
So I'm involved with that, and I went to the University of Nebraska Lincoln, so there's a big alumni presence here, and so I'm also part of the Nashville Huskers, and I'm on the communication team for the alumni group. So I help with emails and social media posts and all kinds of things like that. But
okay. I know I was looking at your Instagram earlier. You have a huge array of different things there. Are you kind of getting into like photography or like modeling or anything? Is that like?
I'm not, but I'm definitely flattered that you said that.
Well, I mean, I just said that because a lot of the times when I see people like with pictures that are like highly edited, like and they not like in a bad way, but I mean like edited pictures, I would think that that's just something that you might be interested in. But I mean, some people, they just take those pictures. Like I know, like recently, I think there were ones we had like makeup on.
Oh yes, okay.
And so I guess that was kind of the ones that I was thinking about in the beginning. I probably just started with that.
It's okay.
Yo, I sound like a creep now. No,
it's fine.
Yeah, and so explain those pictures.
Well, for my most recent single, Horizon, it was inspired by a sunset that I saw when I was flying out of Nashville.
Okay.
So my previous single, I had gotten the photos taken from it from a girl named Aubrey Rodheim, and she went to school with me, so I knew her from school in my hometown. And there's another girl named Ashley Zimmel who does that really cool makeup that you saw on me, and they actually kind of combine their efforts and do photography with the really cool makeup. So I have this new single coming out, and I'm thinking, what should I do for my cover? And I see on their Instagram the photos that they're posting of these really artistic painted pictures that they had, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. So I called Aubrey and I was like, I have another song and I see what you guys are doing and it's really cool. I would like to come and do it. Can you turn me into a sunset? And they said, of course.
Okay.
So that was kind of what that was. But that was something really cool for me to try. Yeah. And it was really fun. And the whole song was kind of centered around sunset. So some of those other artistic pictures you saw were probably a lot of pictures of sunsets. And those were actually sent to me by fans and followers as part of my single release. So I asked for photos of pretty sunsets that I could post one a day up until the song came out.
Gotcha. Okay. See, that makes sense now. You right. I should have started with that. So I'm not a creep. I promise.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'll throw a filter on my photos, but beyond that, they're not really edited.
Yeah. Okay.
So you from Illinois?
Yeah, I born and raised in Illinois. Then I went to school at the University of Nebraska, and now I'm here.
Okay. So what made you move here?
The music, definitely. It's Music City. This is very serious for me. I see this as my future. This is my dream, what I want to do. So I'm going at it full steam ahead. And where else do you want to go besides Music City?
You said you took 3 different majors in college?
Yes. So I started off in the journalism school. I really just kind of wanted a future where I wasn't stuck in an office all day, where I'd be out doing cool things, meeting people, traveling, that kind of thing. So journalism kind of seemed like something I would enjoy. I have been writing well for as long as I can remember. English was always my favorite class, so writing and telling stories was kind of something I enjoyed, and so I thought journalism was a good path for that. But when I got to school, I started taking classes outside of the major. I missed dancing, so I was taking dance class, and I missed theater, so I was taking theater classes that weren't a part of my major I didn't need. And after a while, I'm like, I should maybe switch my major so I'm not wasting all this money on these classes. So I made the switch to theater, and I was a directing major for a period of time. And then that was something I thought was really fun and really cool, and I took a lot away from that, but I didn't see a future in that. And so I ended up going back to advertising and public relations. It was in the journalism college as a whole. So my degree is in journalism, but I did ad PR as an emphasis. And so that's where I ended up with my degree. But at the end of college, I just knew I wanted to go after what my dream had been since I was little, and that was to sing and make music and perform for the rest of my life. So that's the decision I made after all of that. And I've taken different skills from all the majors that I had, and I'm bringing that into what I'm doing with my music career now. So I think it was all for the best.
Okay. No questions right now.
We gonna take a.
Why you mean like that?
We're gonna take a break. We're gonna get into your song. We're gonna get into Brina Kay's song Horizon. We'll be right back. Or You Can't Sit With Us Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, and you are free to move around the cabin. I'd like to remind you, though, for your safety, please keep your seatbelt fastened. Whenever you think
All these people searching for signs in the stars they'll never see. Busy people don't understand the world beneath their feet. Magic in the air and no one aware. They're caught up in a lie. High above the clouds in the here and now. When I look out at the sky, I can see the horizon, realizing so much is out there I never knew. In the middle of nowhere, I could go there, doing something I never could do. When I'm on the horizon, flying. All these people stuck here together, never felt so alone. Tired people
Welcome back to You Can't Sit With Us Radio. That was Horizon by Brina Kay. I like that song a lot.
Thank you. Means a lot.
So, just tell me how that song came about and like what was the process of it?
This song definitely has a lot to it, and kind of different meanings evolved from it as it was going on. But it was originally inspired by me looking out of an airplane window. I was taking a 6 a.m. flight out of Nashville, going home to visit family for a little bit, and I was awake. I think I was still awake from the night before, probably. But I was looking out the window, and I saw the prettiest sunset I think I've ever seen in my entire life. It was the most gorgeous thing, and I was kind of just in awe of that, and the words came through that. But after seeing this, I looked around and I noticed that not a single other person on the plane was seeing this, and it made me sad. And so that's kind of where it all began. And for a little bit of background information, I've grown up flying on airplanes. My dad has worked for the airlines ever since I was a little kid. So we're always jetting around, flying standby. Yeah.
Gotta love it.
I grew up with a very different view of air travel than most people. Seeing it as a fun, magical thing instead of some horrible experience. So that was kind of like a theme that went into the song as I started writing it. And then, of course, that evolves into greater themes of life. So when I was writing that song and working through these themes, I was thinking about how people often kind of take life for granted in the way that we take air travel for granted. So life is this beautiful, amazing miracle that we get to experience, kind of like the miracle of human flight. Like, it's amazing. You can get on a plane and fly across the world. Yeah. That's crazy. We've somehow convinced ourselves that it's a miserable experience, but it's a magical thing. And I feel like that's something with a lot of people, unfortunately, that happens in life. So all of that kind of wrapped into one song.
What's the longest flight that you ever been on?
Longest flight. London was a pretty long one.
How long was that?
Like 6-8 hours maybe.
Okay. So how
I don't know off the top of my head.
How do you entertain yourself? Because I'm telling you, like, I get itchy at 3 hours flight. So how do you entertain yourself that long?
I was going for a study abroad trip. I was studying at Shakespeare's Globe in London. It was part of like the theater group with my major. I got to do that, so that was one good thing out of that major. But so we had assignments that we had to complete before we got there, and I had kind of touched on each of them, but I was going through and finishing them up for the rest of the trip. And we had to watch all these different videos and kind of write responses to them. So I worked on that, and then it was like a red-eye flight. So I slept. Yeah. I slept for most of it too.
Was there a middle seat? You didn't have to sit in the middle seat, did you?
I might have. It was a big plane. It's a bigger plane, so the seats are bigger.
Well, yeah. Those international flights, they give you more space.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So it wasn't so bad. Since I've grown up with it, I've kind of learned the art of sleeping on a plane, so I can get myself into the right position.
Man. That middle seat is horrible for me, man. And I fly. My mom works for the airlines too, and so I fly standby all the time, and I always get stuck with the middle seat. Oh my goodness, I'm almost ready to wait for the next flight.
Yeah,
like, it's insane. So where do you get your inspiration from as far as the music that you make?
I get it from a lot of different places. I think the easiest one is through my own eyes and through my own experiences. But I think the journalistic side of me, too, likes to look at the stories of other people. And part of something that was appealing to me about journalism was going out and finding incredible stories from other people. So it's kind of a mix of both. And then kind of just observations of like the world, bringing it, very big and then very, very small to specific people and specific stories. But I think everything about me as a person, and this translates into my music, centers around freedom and storytelling. No. So I find my personal freedom in telling stories and in sharing stories with the world.
Oh, okay. So what kind of artists are some of your favorites?
I grew up loving the Dixie Chicks.
Oh, wow.
They
Okay.
they have been my favorites. They're definitely my go-to. And I don't know, I love all kinds of music. My mom always jokes that every song on the radio is my favorite song. Like I always say, turn it up, it's my favorite. She's like, everything's your favorite. Lately, Casey Musgrave's recent album, Golden Hour, it's like a masterpiece. I love that. I like Kelsey Ballerini, Maren Morris. But I mean, Post Malone. I have all kinds of tastes. It honestly
you
depends.
gotta throw the Post Malone in there. You gotta switch it up a little bit.
It depends on my mood, honestly. Like, if musical theater too, like the Hamilton soundtrack. If you look, I actually have a Spotify playlist that's just Brina Kay's favorites, and it's a mix of all kinds of stuff. But
Cool. You heard Lil Nas X?
Old Town Road. I love that song. It's so fun.
Man, hey, the remix is like
with Billy Ray Cyrus. That's incredible.
Billy Ray had some fun with that. That was like,
I'm mad.
Bars.
I'm mad they took him off the country charts though.
Yeah, I was like, come on.
I think it's about the song. It's about how the song makes you feel, and no matter what genre, how you classify it. If a song makes people want to get up and dance, you've seen videos of people. I know I was in a bar when I recently went back to visit Lincoln, visit my friends in Nebraska, and we went out, and that song came on, and everyone just went crazy. So it's a fun song, no matter where you classify it. It's fun.
Okay, and like as far as like writer's block, how do you suffer that writer's block?
Yeah, I think that definitely happens to the best of us.
So how do you get over that though?
I try to write like freely in my journal every night. And anytime I get any type of inspiration, even if I'm about to fall asleep, and I've learned that if I'm about to fall asleep, I will not remember the idea the next day. So I need to suck it up and get it back up and write it down and then go to sleep. So when I have those moments of I'm not sure what to write about or I'm having writer's block, I'll refer to past things that I've written down. And a lot of times I can surprise myself. Like I'll find something that I don't even remember writing. And I'm like, this is interesting. And then I kind of grow it out from there.
Right. So when you so I know some people are different. What is your ideal environment for creating? I mean, some people, just to kind of like give you an example, some people like to sit in, like a studio, kind of like the one that we're in, and, they just want to sit there. Some people write while they're walking, and just jot it down in their phone. There are some people that they just do it anywhere. So, I mean, you could be that way too. Or just, do you have any ideal?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a mix. I have like a 30-minute drive to and from my day job. So I get a lot of ideas while I'm in my car. Yeah. And I meet with a group every Monday, a songwriting circle. I meet with every Monday, and we kind of, share songs and give feedback and that kind of thing. So whenever I'm driving back from that, I always get ideas in my car. So that's one. I have a little corner in my room that I call my cozy corner, where I have my fuzzy pillow and I just have this nice little setup. Yeah. So I'd say that's definitely one of my creative spaces. I like being by bodies of water. So I'd say, any place that's calm and refreshing, or my car, and the shower. I've come up with pretty good song ideas in the shower.
Best bar. Are your parents pretty supportive of what you do?
Yes, they've always been supportive of what I do, and I'm very lucky for that. Actually, my mom, when I said I wanted to move out here, she kind of organized my whole visit here, and they've always gotten behind what I wanted to do. When I said I wanted to do theater directing, they would get excited about that. So I've been very fortunate to have the support from my parents, and they're excited. They're excited about it, and they believe in me. I think I've proven throughout my life that when I put my mind to something, I'm gonna achieve it, and I'm a really hard worker. So I think with that too, although they may get nervous now and then because it is a hard industry, but anything in life is hard. You just got to work through it, and they've seen me do that, so they're supportive, and it's really fun.
Yeah. Cool.
My mom will like post on Facebook about my song passing 10K streams and all these things, and saying how proud they are of me. Definitely gives me the boosts I need here and there.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you, so like in the car, are you the type of person that like to not keep your eyes on the road, like write down what you're thinking, or like you know
This
a
is
lot
a trick question.
You know, a lot of girls like to put makeup on while they driving. too,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I'm just asking.
That's true.
No, I'm definitely a safe driver. I value my life and the lives around
Insert
me.
car insurance ad here.
So I'll definitely be a safe driver, but I will, keep ideas rolling in my head until I can find an adequate place to stop and pull out my phone. I do voice memos on my phone, so when I find a safe area, safe stopping point, I can do that. I've had times where I've been driving, thought of an idea, and have pulled over at like a parking lot and recorded, but safety first.
Yeah.
Smart answer. And all right, so let's get into your next song, All Right. Tell me a little bit about that song before we get into it.
Yeah, I mean, I went through a lot of changes in college. It was a really fun time, but it was a really turbulent time. I think you go your whole life and you know the same people in your hometown. You have the same, group of friends. And I think especially going away to college, it's different. You have people that come and go, friends, relationships, things like that. And it's kind of a maturing process. And through those changes, you learn a lot of lessons. And so All Right kind of was a song about forgiveness, about forgiving people who might not be sorry, and, finding power in forgiveness. And when you forgive people, you're able to take the power back from what's hurting you. And All Right was kind of, indicative of I will be a songwriter as well. So if I'm able to forgive people and leave like things that have hurt me behind me, I can embrace my future and follow my dreams and not have that weight on my shoulders. So it's kind of what it's about.
Okay, dope. All right, so yeah, let's get into All Right, and we'll be right back on You Can't Sit With Us Radio.
I could stay angry, relive bad memories. I could go running in circles round all of the ways that you've wronged me. Oh, but what good would that be? I'll never hear sorry. And cursing your name in the flames, it won't change the way you just don't want me. So I need to write a new end to that story. Start breaking away from these chains tonight. So I hope you're doing alright, having the time of your life. I hope you're growing and learning and changing, and all of it's going just fine. Yeah, I hope you're doing alright, alright. Hope you're doing alright. I could keep crying, keep on hopelessly trying. I could stay up all night trying to find a reason why you won't stop lying. Oh, but what good would that be? I still won't end up happy. When I'm stuck in this cycle, this spiral, I'm drowning down and thinking you'd save me. No, I need to write a new end to that story. And so as I turn another page tonight, I hope you're doing alright, having the time of your life. I hope you're growing and learning and changing, and all of it's going just fine. Yeah, I hope you're doing alright, alright. Hope you're doing alright. Yeah, I hope you're doing alright, alright. you're doing alright. And it can be hard to believe some days that I'm wishing you well, but page by page, I'm finding peace now, chasing my dreams now. I'd held on far too long and that was wrong, but now you're gone and I can release now. I'll take you as a blessing, 'cause you taught me some lessons. And since I've grown stronger, I know I'm no longer the person I have been. When I open my eyes to the skies of a new morning, lifting my pen from your page for the very last time, it turns out I'm doing alright, having the time of my life. I'm moving on, yeah, I'm learning and changing, and all of it's going just fine. Yeah, turns out I'm doing alright, alright, I'm doing alright. Yeah, turns out I'm doing alright, alright, I'm doing alright.
Welcome back to You Can't Sit With Us Radio. We got Brina Kay on the show. So, Brina, it is time for random ass questions.
Love it.
These questions have nothing to do with what we talked about today. Find on the internet or I come up with myself. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. What's the stupidest thing that you've done on your free will?
That is a good one. Probably a lot of things. It's hard to come up with one, but I think if you're not, taking risk and doing stuff that you might regret later, you're not having any fun and you're not learning anything. I'm thinking about my journey here, and it was kind of a hot mess when I first got here. A lot of things went wrong, and one of those things was me locking myself out of my car multiple times.
Oh man.
Yeah, so just off the top of my head, that's definitely the first one I can think of. I had to call a locksmith, and that cost money, and I was not making very much money. So that's definitely one. But I'm sure there's others.
Okay. All right. So let's say you're in the circus. Would you rather be the person with the head inside the lion's mouth or a shot of a cannon?
Definitely shot out of a cannon. I trust myself to land and be aerodynamic. I don't trust a lion not to eat me.
So would you rather have a permanently clogged nose or a piece of green food always stuck in your teeth?
Ooh, that's a rough one. I would do the teeth, the green food in the teeth, and then I just own it. It'd be like a brand fashion statement, and I'd turn it into something high fashion. The stuffed nose would just be horrible. Like, that is not fun. I wouldn't be able to sleep, and then I wouldn't be able to sing. Well, I would, but it would be harder. Definitely just own that green food.
All right, so if the number 2 pencil is the most popular pencil, why is it called number 2?
I do not know. I think it has something to do with, maybe it has something to do with the type of lead, but that I do not know.
I don't know neither.
I think maybe the number 1 pencil is elusive, and there's only one of it. It's hidden somewhere. Yeah. You have to go find it.
Is there a number 1 pencil?
I was just looking it up. I want to know if there's a number 1 pencil. I want to say that there is, though.
It's gotta be. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a number 1. It's on Amazon. It's probably charged like $1,000 for number 1.
It's made out of solid diamonds.
Number 1 pencil. Oh man, wait. Okay.
What is it made of?
Yo, it's the same. This is practically a number 2 pencil. They're cheating. Hold on, wait for it. It's gonna load. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing, and it's only $3.
It looks literally just like a regular number 2.
That's crazy.
I don't.
Does it say what classifies it as number one?
No. What is Dixon Tigandera? I think that's just a brand, but it's literally the same pencil.
Looks like it's gotta be something interior or something like that. But
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the lead will like.
my
kill
mom's
you.
a teacher, so I should ask her.
Yeah. Need to know. All right, so do you think Disney World is a people trap operated by a mouse?
No, I think it's the best place on earth. And if it is a trap, then trap me there because I love it. It's so much fun.
All right, last question is, do you think angels get high?
I mean, if they want to. I don't know. That's like. I think that it might be depending on which angel you're talking to. Like some of them might be into it. Okay. Some of them, it's not their thing.
Yeah, we always get people with that question. All right, so yeah, thank you for being on the show. Before we go, shout out your social media, anything else you want to say.
Awesome. Well, my latest single, Horizon, that you heard, and my previous single, All Right, are both on Spotify, iTunes, all the streaming platforms. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Brina Kay Music, and I also have my own website, brinakaymusic.com, where I'll have my shows, and I do a blog where I'm kind of telling my journey as an artist in Nashville. And I try to post to that weekly, so if you want to learn a little more about me. And I also have a YouTube channel where you can find a cool lyric video for Horizon, and I also have videos of performances I've done and covers that I've done. So definitely check all of that out, and I will have a new single coming out in June and 2 more following that. So keep your ears open. I've got a lot of cool stuff happening.
Working. Mm-hmm. It's working. Well, before I shout out my social media, I looked up the difference between the number 1 and the number 2 pencil. The number 2 pencil is harder and more efficient when you write than the number 1. So like the number 2, they said is used by like engineers and whatnot in high school when they make you bring one. The number 1 pencil is softer and it's more dull. So basically, the number 2 is the new and improved number 1, and that's why number 1 went obsolete. Now, I looked this up on the internet, so it could be fake, but I'm gonna believe it for now until somebody tells me something different. Well,
we'll be able to sleep at night.
Yeah, right.
With that answer.
Outside of that, y'all can catch me on Instagram at Q Dropping Dope. That's the letter Q and dropping DROPPIN dope DOPE, all one word.
Word. And, follow me at ambitious1k on Instagram. Go look up the word ambitious. You don't have to spell it. Threshold Brace, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, make sure y'all keep checking out the I Care music video. It's on the page as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And until next time, You Can't Sit With Us Radio. Ambitious Q, we out.
We out.